Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with another toy room review, and it is finally here, no pun intended, but the Final Fight Arcade1Up arcade cabinet. We have all been waiting for this since Wave 1 was initially released almost a year ago now, and it is finally out. I found this at my local Walmart for $300. They had Mortal Kombat as well. I'm holding off on Mortal Kombat for now because I really wanted this Final Fight cabinet. Now overall, this is a beautiful cabinet. I didn't think I was gonna like it at first just because it was mostly black, but seeing it in person, it's actually a very beautiful cabinet, and I'm loving the blacked out look. Just looks way better than I thought it was going to look initially by seeing the pictures and whatnot. Now overall, I mean, if you have any of the Arcade1Up cabinets, if you've seen any reviews of any of the other Arcade1Up cabinets, everything the same applies for this. It's the same build, same process to assemble it, same everything, just different internals, different graphics and whatnot. So we're all pretty much familiar at this point with how the Arcade1Up cabinets work, what they bring to the table, and pretty much if you like Arcade1Up cabinets in the past, you're gonna like it now, and if you didn't like it then, you're probably still not gonna like it. Opinions aren't really gonna change. But now, as far as just the overall cabinet, I think this is the best cabinet by far. I just feel like it offers the most variety in terms of the different style of games. So you have Final Fight, which is obviously, you know, your side-scrolling beat 'em up. Now you have 1944, which is your vertical shoot 'em up game, which I've actually never really put that much time into before until getting this cabinet, and I'm actually pretty hooked on that. That might be one of the games that I play the most. It's just really good, pick up and play fun, and I really am getting into the 1944 game. So that's another cool thing about this cabinet, is I probably would have never played 1944 before if it wasn't for this cabinet. Now that I have it, I'm actually in love with it. So, and then we also have Ghosts and Goblins, which is, well, Ghosts and Goblins and Strider are both like side-scrolling platforming beat 'em ups in a sense, kind of more like shoot 'em ups because you're throwing projectiles in Ghosts and Goblins. But you guys all know what Ghosts and Goblins and Strider are. Both classic games. I've played both in the past. I've never played the arcade versions. I've only played the NES version of Ghosts and Goblins, and I think the Super Nintendo as well, and the Sega Genesis version of Strider. So I've never played the arcade ports, and this is my first time playing the arcade ports, and they are absolutely phenomenal. Amazing graphics, great gameplay, and everything like that. Now, comparing this cabinet, I have the Street Fighter cabinet, as most of you know. I have two of them actually, and comparing this to the Street Fighter cabinet, they're pretty identical, but there are some differences. Now, the screen on this one is slightly dimmer, and I don't know if that's going to show up on camera, and it's really not that big of a deal. It's not like it makes it hard to see or hard to play or anything like that, but it is just slightly dimmer. I prefer the brighter screen of the Street Fighter cabinet, but this one is perfectly fine, and like I said, I doubt that you can even notice on camera the difference, but it is there. You can see it in person. Now with the controls feel different, and I can't really pinpoint exactly what it is, but with the Street Fighter cabinet, when you press down on the button, it makes a clicking noise. With these, it doesn't. It just kind of goes down, and it feels like you're hitting, I don't know, it just feels like you're just hitting like a wall or something, whereas the Street Fighter one, it feels a bit springy. Now this one doesn't feel bad, but I do prefer the Street Fighter one just because I like getting that feedback every time that I press down on a button, which I'm not really getting from this. It just feels like I'm pressing it and hitting a wall. Which is an easy fix. You can easily swap out these parts for, you know, genuine arcade parts on eBay. You can get them or whatever. I for the most part, I like leaving the cabinet stock, but that is something you can do. And again, it's not horrible. It doesn't make it unplayable, but it is a noticeable difference. And another thing that is noticeable is the control stick. It does feel slightly different. Again, not better, not worse, just different. If anything, I would say this joystick probably feels a little bit better, but the buttons on the Street Fighter one, I prefer more. Now these do come with the ball tops on here, but I am going to be exchanging them out since I have a couple of spare bat tops. I'm just not sure which color I'm going to go with, so I have this blue and then I have the black and the red that I used on the Street Fighter cabinet. I might do the all black just because, like I said, I like the all black look. But when we get into the gameplay, I'll show you guys what each color looks like, and maybe you guys can give your opinions down below as to which colors I should go with for this cabinet. So we all pretty much are familiar with the, you know, the overall aesthetics and everything like that. So I know you guys want to see some gameplay. So I'll jump into some brief gameplay, maybe like a minute or so of each game, just to give you guys a feel of how everything plays and how everything sounds. Now this does have a mono speaker, just like the Street Fighter one. It would be nice for dual speakers. The Street Fighter one, it didn't really bother me so much. This one is a little bit more noticeable. But again, still not the end of the world. You kind of learn to adjust to it, and it just becomes natural after a few minutes of playing. So it's not a big deal, but it does come with a mono speaker. And also this did come with the deck protector, which Wave 1, none of them did. You have to order them separately or request them for free. Arcade1Up will send them to you. They're no longer doing that. So if you don't have a deck protector, you do have to order it online. But anything in Wave 2 does come with a deck protector, as this one did. And they did leave a little note on the deck protector that you must peel off both sides of the protective film, because a lot of people didn't realize that there's a protective film on the deck protector, and they would put it on and be, you know, they question why does it look so frosty and whatnot. It's because they didn't peel off that protective layer. But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the gameplay of the Final Fight arcade cabinet, and then we'll wrap up the video with my final thoughts. Alright you guys, so here are the stock ball tops here. They're just done in black, so I'm going to go ahead and take these off. And by the way, these are, you know, these are perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with these. I personally don't mind playing with them, but because I have some extra bat tops laying around, I figure why not go and put them on, since they do look better. But you know, for Street Fighter, you definitely want to be using the bat tops, but for these type of games, these work fine. They're totally serviceable. So let me just pull out. So this is the black bat top, and if you guys haven't seen my video on that, I'll leave a link at the end of the video for you to click on the screen so you can check that out. But there it is, and that's how that looks. So there's the black one. Here is the blue one. I was originally going to go with this blue one, since there is a lot of blue on the cabinet, but then looking at this blue button here, it's more of a darker blue, where this is more of a lighter blue, so it kind of clashes, and I don't know, not a big fan of it, but we'll see if that grows on me. And then finally, let me grab the red one. So here is the red one, and I'll take off the blue one, since we're probably not going with that. So let's unscrew that one really quick and just throw on this red one here. Ooh, I am liking this red one a little bit. It does go kind of nice with the logo right here. But then again, it's kind of clashing with the blue. I mean, it is red, white, and blue, but I don't know. I think I'm going to go with an all blacked out look. I just have to get my other black bat top that's on my other Street Fighter cabinet at work. But yeah, I think I'm going to go with the blacked out look. Alright, so let's jump into some gameplay. Alright, you guys, and here we are back at the main menu right here. So you can see, here we are, nothing too new here. So we'll jump into Final Fight really quickly and see how that plays. So we'll just skip right past that. So here is the volume on the low setting. And then here's the volume on the high setting. As you can see, that is extremely loud, so you may want to keep it on the low setting. But as you can see here, attack, jump, everything going the way it should. It looks absolutely incredible, as all of these arcade games did in the 90s. So we'll just play through a little bit of this level, just like the little first portion right here. But yeah, this looks great, plays great, sounds great. Like I said, I've already adjusted to the mono speaker, so it's really not that big of a deal. It was kind of at first, that initial shock, but then after that, you know, it's not that bad, really. It's just nitpicking at that point. Alright, so there was Final Fight. And such a hard game, but such an addicting game too. So here we go. Now this game, the volume isn't as loud. Let me put it on high. Yeah, Final Fight seemed to be extremely loud. I mean, Ghosts and Goblins is still loud, but not as crazy loud as Final Fight was. And we'll just play till I get hit. Oh, man. And there we go. Alright, so that is it for Ghosts and Goblins. And this screen just looks incredible on 1944. I don't know what it is. It just looks really great on this Arcade1Up unit. Just the whole game. I think 1944 may be the best looking game. Just, it's very bright. The colors really pop on this screen. So really happy about that. And this, yeah, I don't know why I never played more of this growing up, but I am definitely addicted to this game, and this is something I could really just sit here playing for hours and just get lost in it. Such a great game. And we'll just play up to these ships here. They're going to show up in a second. Turn the volume up. Yeah, this game is really loud as well, as you can hear. We'll throw that back down and drop my nukes. There we go. Alright, so that is it for 1944. Here we are. Such a great game. I have so many memories of playing this on the Sega Genesis growing up, and this arcade version just looks absolutely beautiful. Oh man, and then playing this just really makes me want that Ninja Turtles beat 'em up machine. I really hope they get the license for that. Oh wow. So you can see, plays great, looks great, sounds great, and I'll turn the volume up so you can hear it at full volume. And this game is really, really loud as well, especially with that sword. It's kind of ear-piercing actually, so I'm going to turn that down. One good little like hack in order to get rid of or kind of muffle the sound, just place your phone over the speaker holes or like just anything over the speaker holes, and it will muffle the sound and make it so you can play it at a higher volume and not completely blow your eardrums out. But yeah, so there is Strider. So overall, all four of these games look great, play great, sound great, and just are great. Alright you guys, so there is my review of the Arcade1Up Final Fight cabinet. Overall, I'm completely in love with this cabinet. It looks great, way better than I thought it was going to be. Just aesthetically, I don't know, I love the blacked out look of this cabinet. I like it way more than a Street Fighter cabinet, and I didn't think that was going to be possible because I really love that Street Fighter cabinet. The Street Fighter cabinet is cool, but you know, there's only, once you play one Street Fighter, you played them all, and I love Street Fighter as much as the next guy. I own like every version of Street Fighter, but I do feel like this cabinet offers more variety in the different style of games, which I personally really enjoy. So hands down, this is my favorite cabinet. My favorite cabinet design is Mortal Kombat. I just think that cabinet looks absolutely amazing, and hopefully in the future Arcade1Up will be sending one out for me to review. We'll see. I'm not really sure where I stand with that, but we'll see. But overall, great cabinet. I'm in love with it. Controls great, looks great, plays great, sounds great. And yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. So be sure you check out all of my other Arcade1Up videos. There'll be a little playlist for you to click on the screen any second. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and click that notification bell so you stay up to date anytime I post a new video. And if you guys wouldn't mind following me on Instagram, that link is in the description down below. So that's pretty much it. So as always guys, stay tuned for more. I'll see you guys next time.